Hey, look, it's a picture. Jay Walt. First win. We're in the shop. My wife and I, and Jay Vaughn. We're all in there. Hope I get to experience a moment like that one day. Probably not, but we'll keep trying. So, hello YouTube, and I know it's been slow. It's wintertime. I'm not putting out a lot of content. Told you guys I'd kind of take a little bit of a break, and by break I mean work my tail off on other things. Yes, I'm wearing a Godzilla shirt. I'm the only race guy wearing a Godzilla shirt today, I bet. Anyway, wanted to give you an update. So, yes, last summer I put out a video about the Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway, just pointing out an obvious issue with track conditions, so to speak. Wasn't meant to be mean or malicey, or is malicey a word? Or harsh, or whatever you want to call it. It was meant to help. It was meant to help address a problem. Words is hard. So Kevin Kotz is the track manager at the Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway. Reached out to me, said, "Hey, you know, we're making improvements here. We want people to see it." Invited me over to come over and talk about the track prep for next year, what they're changing, what they're doing, and it's a lot. This is all we can ask for as drivers, guys. We want to see that track be as great as it can be. It's an awesome facility. We've obviously committed, man, words is hard today. We've obviously committed ourselves with a lot of money and time and everything else that we're going to be putting into a stock car. Welcome to Old Guy Hobby. I still don't know what to do there. Going into the stock car class and trying our hand at that. So anyway, there will be more content coming. We've got some really cool stuff coming up here. My uncle got into the Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway Hall of Fame. We're going to have video and stuff of the banquet from that. We have a crazy road trip that a whole bunch of race guys from the Benton area and the East Coast even were in town. And we went up and did some Black Friday Christmas shopping to get the car ready for next year at Left Hander Chassis. So, which I believe Matt Kinseth used to work there. Anyway, all that will be coming here over the course of the next month. And we may not get a video out every single week, but we're going to keep you updated until, you know, we get back to spring and we're actually getting back on the track and can show you, well, we're going to show you a lot of the build process on the car over the winter here. Maybe prove we're not cheating. I don't know. Anyway, we're not. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your patience while I get my stuff together over the winter and get some more content out to you guys. Let's go to the interview with Kevin Kotz, and welcome to Old Guy Hobbies. What do you do? What do you do? Old guy stocks? I don't. We'll figure it out later. All right, well, we're back here at the Dubuque Fairgrounds Speedway, and man, it's a little nippy for racing, Kevin.
It is a little late in the season to do much, but it still's giving us a lot of time to work on the track this year.
Well, and that's why we're here. So, you know, we kind of talked, you and I, last year during the season, and a lot has been done out here to kind of improve things. So why don't you start telling us exactly? I know it's a lot. You trust me, you're gonna hear it. But
yep. Well, since the season ended, we were able to get. We started out with like 70 loads of compost because we need some organic material back in that track to loosen it up. Then on top of that, we added 160 loads of good racing dirt. There's a lot of red clay. You can kind of look in the background. I don't know if you can see it on the camera.
It's a different color,
but it's got a good look to it. Our Randy, our track guy, has spent. He's probably got 100 hours. My maintenance crew and myself got each probably 100 hours into it. As we would put each load on, we would disc it up, put it into the track, disc it into the dirt, really make it good. Then we compact it, start all over again, because they would deliver the dirt and then give us a week to get that laid out. And we were able to put more dirt on and do it again. In fact, the last loads didn't even come until after our first snow. We put the last loads up on the straightaway, but we got all that put out on that whole track.
And, you know, this is something every driver, every fan, everybody's got an opinion. Oh, this is what they're doing wrong. There's so much to it, and it's so complicated. Where do you go how do you learn to do this, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I rely a little bit on Randy, our track man, and I read a lot of post what people do for the tracks. That's where we got the idea of putting some organic material back in it.
Sure.
I had a test done on the track, told me there was no organic material left in the track, and I could believe it. After all the years of racing and all that, just nothing there. So we put that stuff on there, and I rely on everybody else's decision. I love when the drivers come and tell me, hey, you should try this. And, listen, just talk to me like you normally would. And I want to make this place a great place for the drivers. I want to make it a fun place for families to come and fans to watch races. And that's what it's all about. And that's why their fair board, the race committee, that's why we decided to do all this to the track. And one of the new things you're going to see for next year, you can barely see it in the background. We're going to put a new concession stand in back there. Make it a little easier on the workers.
Okay.
And plus a little easier for you guys to get service on it. But anything you guys want to come in and talk to me about, my door's always open. And you can always talk to me, and my cell number's posted all over the place. Just call me. I want to make it a great place for racing.
And I've told Kevin that too. That's why we're here. We want to see this place get back to where it was in the 70s and the 80s when it was just packed. And you've got such a beautiful facility that this is going to go a long way too, man. You start making the drivers happy, and the next thing you know, the fans they're just going to follow.
Yep.
Because if the drivers are happy, which is an impossible task,
yeah, well,
the rest of the crowd is going to go with, because they know the racing's good.
Yeah, I know everybody told me when we took on promoting our track a couple years back, they said, just remember, Kevin, it's a thankless job. Well, I agree and to disagree with that, because you do get a lot of thanks from the drivers.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of our things here. We try to listen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we never make everybody happy every day. Like one of the other promoters said, there's dirt, there's a track, and I'm going to give you a surface to race on every day.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do the best we can every week for you.
I appreciate it. What more do you want? Look, this is a normal, nice guy. Come talk to Kevin, okay? He's doing a great job out here, and he wants everything as right as we do. And you can't ask for more than that, especially as a driver or as a fan.
Yep.
It's what we want to see. This facility has all the potential in the world to be the best in the Midwest, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It's amazing out here. You've got the parking left and right. You've got the grandstands covered, uncovered. You've got suites up there.
Yep.
You've got concessions, bathrooms, everything you need to have one heck of a crowd. And man, we'd love to see some specials come back to the track too again this year.
And we're working on that all the time. So
yeah. Well, like I said, we're committed. We bought a stock car. We moved up, because my performance last year, finishing sixth in the hobby stocks, was so outstanding. Makes sense to move up 2 classes, right?
Yeah, it would for me.
No. But we're gonna have fun with it this year. We're invested in the track with you. We want to see everything be as good as it possibly can be. Tell us too, you were talking about you're doing more maybe on the backstretch outside the track.
Yep, we have, besides the dirt we got brought into the track here, we're trying to flatten a lot of our pit area out. It's just on the backside of the track and over to the east a little bit. We're trying to get loads in there, and we're going to be bringing it in some of the winter and get it all flattened out as we go. And we're just going to keep encroaching on more area to get more flat parking for everybody.
So those guys with the big enclosed haulers are going to have an easier time this year. And we always keep an open trailer because we just love the fact that we get to park in the middle of the infield like my uncle did back in the 70s and 80s.
Yep.
So it's still fun, and it's kind of becoming unique. A lot of tracks don't do that anymore.
Yep.
So
yeah, we still have good barricades. Everybody's safe down there. And I tell you, I always came to the races long before I became the manager here. And I tell you what, I've learned so much about racing since I'm down at the pits so much, helping in the food stands and helping wherever I need help. But I really enjoy being around the racers because it is a team effort. I always love when you see even other team members pitch in to help somebody else because they only got so much time to get back out on that track. And it's a whole new perspective, and I think everybody ought to come down to the pits once and watch a race.
Like I've said in the past, it's the only sport I know where your competition will actually help you try to beat them.
Yep.
So it's a family thing. It's
definitely,
that's for sure. You're down there, everybody helps everybody. It's an awesome experience, and even at my advanced age, that's why I keep doing it, because the friends I'm making and the bonds you got are they're forever. And like I said, I've been coming here since I was a kid in the 70s, early 70s. Dating myself. That never goes away.
Yep.
racing is just community and family, and it's been a huge part of Dubuque since what, down on the island.
Yep.
And you guys moved out here in '69.
I think it was 69. Yep.
Yeah. So
it's a great place. There's been a part of mine. I just grew up down the road.
Yeah.
So I've been coming since I was a little kid and enjoy the races.
Yeah. Kevin told us that he used to go parking over there somewhere when,
That's when I was really young, only with my wife. So
you married the girl. It's fine. So anyway, Kevin, thank you so much. Are we ever going to see the 76 ball lit up again?
that is on our agenda first thing this spring, getting that baby lit back up.
I threw a dart there and it stuck.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
I think it should be. It's a mainstay of the track. We need to get it lit up, get the pole painted, and do some more improvements down there.
Well, I've never won a race, so all my favorite photos are my car sitting under that 76 ball, which we joke about on the show all the time. So I appreciate it, sir.
You bet. Well, thanks for having us on. We appreciate it. You have a great day.
You too. It's cold. We're going to go back inside now.
All right.
So I just noticed this about the flag stand at Dubuque. These aluminum sheets here. It looks like this was the old Dubuque Speedway sign. They just cut it up and waste not, want not. Use it as the booth walls for the flagman. That's perfect. That works good. Let's see, green, yellow, red. I think I understand this. There's your main power breaker. Perfect. What more does a guy need? It's nice to give him a screen to keep him from getting pelted in the head with everything that we throw up here. Look at this jackass. Who does that? I don't understand. Wait. Well, which one is it?